There is no marriage without fights. Let us not deceive ourselves. This is a man that I know that, oh yes, he hates me, but yet he loves me.
You all, when I tell you things are happening, listen to me.
A friend of mine was hit starved to death just because of beans. That the beans was not soft enough for a man to eat. I've experienced coma go 3 times. I'm telling you my life history.
You saw those signs. What happened? You were in love. You just ignored the signs. Continue ignoring the signs now.
The man will definitely be reported.
Yeah.
But that does not feel that I will divorce my husband. I want you to get that far.
Hey beautiful people, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel, David, and I'm back again with another interesting video. This video is circulating on the street of TikTok, and I feel like they are doing like a program because I went back to their YouTube channel to actually watch the full video for context. They're doing like divorce, a debate. Some people are like, marriage, if there's problem in marriage, will you divorce or not? There are some people that say, yes, I will divorce, and people that say, no matter what, I will not divorce. So what I'm trying to pick up is what and the statement that this woman made in this debate. She says that, yes, her husband beat her. Her husband will beat her, but yet he loves her. Have you heard that kind of statement before? Because I have heard it before. I've heard when somebody, their partner is constantly beating them, and they're like, he loves me. Like it shows so much love. Like I feel loved when a man beats me. I've heard it before. Yeah. I have a few reactions to share with you all regarding this video. Let's go ahead and watch what other Nigerian beautiful ladies have to say about this video, and I'll be back to share my own opinion at the end of the video.
I want you to get that far.
It is a shame that in 2024, some of our African aunties have this mentality. Dear African women, marriage is not oxygen. Marriage is not your greatest achievement. Marriage is not a defining feature of your womanhood. Understand the implications of the choices you make on the life of your children. Why will you be in a marriage and you have been abused to the point where you have had 3 comas? You have got into 3 different comas and you're still there. The first time your husband abused you and you went into coma, that was your cue. Understand the impact of the choices you're making on your children. And the other lady was like, oh, even if your man abuses your child, you are not going to leave the marriage. And the troubling aspect is the fact that she connects love to physical harm. A man cannot say he loves you and still beat you. What is wrong with some of our African aunties? This video is so sad. And the fact that these women do not understand the implications of their actions and their choices on their children, that is the saddest part. As a sociologist, you need to understand that children model your behavior. Your children are like sponges. They soak up everything they see during the formative stages. In the African context, most parents see good parenting as raising children who become successful in their careers. So long as an African parent has a child who is a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, an architect, they think that they are successful and they did a good job. But we know so many African lawyers, doctors, engineers, architects who cannot maintain, keep, or attract a healthy relationship. And some of them have multiple divorces under their belt, even at a very young age. Dear African parents, especially African mothers, the career success of your children does not indicate you did a good job. Most Africans came from traumatized and dysfunctional family backgrounds. As a result, most Africans struggle to navigate healthy relationships and do well in marriage, and that is the fact. This is because most Africans saw trauma growing up. How can you be beaten and be in coma and you have a daughter and she's looking at that? How can you be beaten and you're a woman and you say, yeah, my husband loves me, but he beats me? Your daughter will grow up and unconsciously learn that love and physical harm or pain goes together. We need to begin to consider the impact of the choices that we are making as African women on our children. Good parenting goes beyond providing your children shelter, food, and clothing. Good parenting includes providing the emotional, mental space for your children to flourish as human beings and be healthy, and also build the capacity to choose quality life partners. The marker of a successful parent is being able to give your children the skills so that when they grow up, they know how to choose a partner that is healthy, that is sound, that is mentally, emotionally healthy, so they can build a life together. Your children having career success is not an indication of a good parenting. There are so many Africans who are successful in their careers but damaged and traumatized such that they cannot build healthy relationships. Unfortunately, because marriage is an integral part of the African culture, these same traumatized individuals grow up, have children, and pass on the same toxic dynamic and patterns that they experienced in their childhood. My name is Dr. Zita. I am a sociologist. As a sociologist, this particular thinking pattern of some of our African aunties is extremely problematic and leads to perpetuating a vicious cycle of trauma and dysfunctional family dynamics. If you are not following, guess what? Hit the follow button.
Have you guys seen the video circulating social media of a woman talking about how she's not going to divorce her husband even if she finds out that he essayed their child? Yeah, when it comes to the older generation, I have mixed feelings. I believe that their generation has so much wisdom to, impact on our own generation, and there are a couple of things we could learn from them. And I believe in the whole respect your elders and all that. But let me not lie, they have some of the most mind-blowing garbage mentality that you can ever think of, because sometimes when they open their mouths, ugh. Imagine this woman having a daughter or having a niece that was, let's say, abused by her husband or men in the family, and just think what her advice or what her reaction to the niece telling her something like that would be. No single support, no single empathy. She goes on to say she would report, but she would not divorce her husband. How does that make any sense? Okay, you report, and when he's sent to jail, then what? You start to resent the girl, or you start to resent your child for sending her father to jail. Because definitely, if you have this type of mentality, you are going to blame the victim and not the perpetrator. In this same video, she also talks about how, yes, her husband might hit her, but she knows he loves her. What's the actual F? Like, what does that even mean? Like, what? Madam, you are not a child. You are a grown adult. Why is your husband hitting you? He should hit his fellow men out. And funny enough, the men that actually physically harm their wives, this is kind of off topic, they never keep the same energy when it comes to men outside. They only flex those muscles when it comes to women. Isn't that a shame? And what example are you leaving for your daughters? Are you leaving for your sons, your children? Are you telling your daughters that this is an okay behavior that they can tolerate, that they should tolerate as long? A man that would hit you does not love you. This is not an example you should be setting for your sons. Are you telling them that it's okay for them to hit their wives? These are the type of women that raise weak men, in my opinion. And this is why there are so many men that that when they think of a strong African woman, when they think of a strong woman, it's the woman that can tolerate the most abuse, the most bullshit from them. All I'm going to say is I don't think these are the type of older people we should be looking up to. These are not the type of older people you meet for any sort of advice or wisdom, because they literally have nothing to give. They're like empty barrel. As much as I agree with the statement that with age comes wisdom, some people just, as they grow old, they become dumber and dumber. Like, no form of intellect or wisdom is actually inside their head. And a very good example is this woman. So as younger people, especially younger couples, be very careful the elderly people you seek counsel from. Because as you can see, age doesn't necessarily equate wisdom. I know I've said this a million times already in this video, but I just want to fixate on that, hammer that in. If that's the only takeaway you get from this video, then I've done my job. Anyway, as usual, let me know what your own thoughts and opinions are in the comment section.
I know that, oh yes, he hates me, but yet he loves me.
And that, my friends, is how nonsense will continue to thrive in our African society. Because that is my mother is the best. Now she be that. There, opening her mouth to say all those things. Because tell me why that same woman, they asked her, what will you do if you find out your husband sexually molested your child? She said, yes, I will report him, but that doesn't mean I will divorce my husband. Someone's mother. So this woman, let's assume that man is a wealthy man in Nigeria. You know, it's Nigerians, you know, it's very easy for a wealthy person to wiggle their way out of police custody. So let's say that. So he wiggles his way out of police custody and he'll come back to live in the house. You're going to force that your child, your innocent child that you carried in your stomach for 9 months. You're going to allow that your child to live under this. You're going to punish that your child by making her live under the same roof as her abuser. You see, in our African society, they keep on making people think. They keep on telling people that age means wisdom. They keep on making people think and deluding them into thinking that age is wisdom. But that is a woman that is older. Anywhere, I said this thing before about older women giving love advice and marriage advice. Now I'm saying this one. Anywhere you see older women, especially women of that her generation, that her generation or older, anywhere you see them giving love advice, I feel like they should give them cease and desist order or shoot on sight, because those women, listening to them can cost you your life in marriage. I said it because this is a woman that will be telling you, endure. Like, this is the same woman. It's people like her. And to think of the amount of women that are like her in Nigeria and in an African setting, making nonsense strive. Other people, most of them are not wise. I believe in respecting your elders. I feel like elders should be respected, but they should cease and desist from giving advice, especially romantic advice. Because this woman now, she will probably be the one telling her daughters endure, and her daughters will grow and maybe survive in the marriage. Because do you know the amount of women that lose their lives in marriages in an African setting or in Nigeria itself? Like, I'm serious. A lot of women lose their lives in marriage on a daily basis in Nigeria because of death, marriage. Yes. Because women like that one will tell you endure. Women like her will be telling her daughters endure. Her daughters will grow up, raise their own children, and tell them endure. That is how we be losing lives. Vibrant women, young girls and stuff. Yes, young girls, they are being killed in their marriages today. Because of, like, women like her, they should really stop giving advice. And because of people like her, that is why the African society is like this today. Because of people like her. At least it's a good thing that she came and showed her face to the world. So if you ever go to that woman and ask for advice, at your own risk. Because from what I saw, you should not take advice from her. Because God, I beg. Do you know how many young girls have been lost? Not just young girls, even older, lost in marriages. This woman, God help us, because as an African society, in order to thrive, we need to eradicate this mindset. Eradicate, because no one can go anywhere with those kind of. But I don't want to say things about someone's mother, but we need to do better. And older people, especially that her generation and older, they should be banned from giving any kind of marital advice, love advice or anything. Cease and desist, shoot on sight, anything. They need to be stopped. They need to be stopped.
If you're still here, kindly put your thoughts and your comments, your suggestion, your opinion down in the comment section. Of course, in this channel, all opinion are accepted if you put them down respectfully. These are the kind of elders we have in our country. These are the kind of women. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised, because these are them. These are the kind of people that are circulating my society. So when you see women that stand up to come out to speak their mind, people are always coming for them. People are always looking at them as if they are not all right. Because the ones that claim that they've been in the marriage for 35 years, 50 years, I'm celebrating so years in marriage, they won't come and tell you not to get married. They won't tell you the things that they've endured. How can you say that your husband is beating you that means it shows that it loves you. How can you think that is how to show love? If at that age somebody is thinking that is how to show love, that is how you know that somebody loves you, if he's physically abusing you, then there's problem. There's problem because I don't understand whereby you can see it is normal for her. The fact that you know that you're being filmed and you'll be posted online and you're saying this out of your mouth, meaning that this is what comes, this is a normal day-to-day to you. And I'm not sure, because there are a lot of women like that thinks that way, especially older women. There are a lot of them that thinks that way. There are a lot of them that feel like if you're not suffering in a marriage, you are not started. And I tell you all, they make marriage look as if it is the ultimate goal. And as a woman, if you're not married yet, there's a problem. But them that are in that marriage, they are miserable. Imagine the question asked. If your husband sexually abused your daughter, would you divorce your husband? She said, he will get punished, but that doesn't mean I'm going to divorce my husband. There is fire on the mountain, you all. See, there is problem. You people need to share my video so that people will see it, because younger women will see it and think and know the right thing. Because I don't think your own daughter, your husband, a question was asked, like, are you even supposed to think to even say so? Because you I don't even know what to say. I feel like I have a lot to say. I don't know what to say. Or I am confused. I saw the video. I'm like, I had to go watch the full clip on YouTube. I think their page is Cruise. You can go watch. Probably I'll try to link in the description box so that you can go watch the full video if you have the mind, because they were you get angry if I didn't finish it anyway, because I was like, what are these people saying? Like, what are you people saying? How will you say that she was like, yes, she's going to make her husband get punished, but if Jesus Christ can forgive her sins, or if God can forgive her sins, why can't she forgive her husband that sexually abused her daughter? I'm speechless. I can't believe I'm actually speechless. I on the camera to actually talk, but I'm speechless. Let me know your thought about this video down in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Or what is your take? What do you have to say? Kindly share your thoughts and your opinion and your suggestion down in the comment section. I thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and kindly turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified once I upload another interesting video like this one. And of course, I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.